What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning back in. If you like this video, do not forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me. So former President Trump not only survived an assassination attempt a couple of weeks ago, God forbid, he survived an ambush curated by the National Association of Black Journalists. Now, former President Trump, he actually gave them the grace of going there, showing up in person when Biden or Kamala, I like to call her the other word. It's obscene. You don't want to hear it, but I like to call her that. We'll call her Kamala for now, her actual name. And she was either supposed to be there. I assumed her because now she's the presumptive nominee. Now, I do not like this situation that they put on. I don't like how they cornered this man. And I mean, they cornered him. You called up and he'll explain it, and we'll watch the video on how they kind of put this together with Trump. It's definitely an ambush, if you ask me. And just got shot at 2 weeks ago. Like, you guys are really making it easy for people like me in the middle, straight down the line. I kid you not. I'm more conservative. A lot of black folks are conservative anyway, just by default. But I'm an independent conservative. I like to label myself as that. But you guys are making it easier for people like me and people who use the attempted assassination. Y'all make it easy to vote for Trump because, like, this whole charade is full of gaffes. Trump definitely put you guys in your place. Don't tell me he didn't. You didn't get him or you didn't gotcha. There was nothing that these folks did whatsoever. You didn't grill them. You didn't obliterate them. I think Trump took over this event. You'll hear some laughs in Trump's favor. A lot of black folks believe it or not, is in Trump's favor. And a lot of folks isn't going to say that. But at least the folks I'm around and some folks who really want their life to change, because it's a stark contrast between Biden and Trump. Just off of our living circumstances alone. Like, if you're going for Kamala and you're voting for her, you're voting for Joe Biden all over again. Like, seriously, she's part of that administration. That's why she was put in place as vice president. Basically the assistant to the president. So she knew exactly what was going on about the Afghanistan pullout, all the money we send into these war. She knows about all that. And the gas prices and the economy, she's going to continue to steamroll that for us, guys. Do not vote for Kamala. I had to put that out there too. Nobody's sponsoring me. Only myself. But let's go ahead and look into this video and and Trump is right, because the way they came at homeboy, and I'm calling Trump a homeboy because he does have 80 something federal indictments and he's a felon and he did get shot at. He a homeboy now, the thuggest of the thug, the realest of the realists. I heard some folks calling him, he's probably the most gangster folk in American history, to had survived, for so many people to hate him and him to have survived this and his age and against all odds and all these indictments. Anyway, I don't want to continue with this, but let's go ahead and check out the video. It's very crazy. We're not going to check out the whole thing, but I'm fully into this video. It was completely blank. Nobody was sitting at the chairs, and I'm basically an hour and 12 minutes into it. Let's go ahead and look. And this is basically where it starts.
Bring out the former president of the United States, the Republican nominee for president, former President Donald Trump.
Just like some black folks playing some hip hop upbeat Man, you see how that handshake was? It was literally from afar.
We appreciate you giving us an hour of your time.
The furthest handshake I've ever seen.
The elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims.
Hold up, stop. Y'all just starting off on the wrong foot. I'm not going to continue to stop this. I really want y'all to watch this and see how these folks are cornering and positioning themselves. Not looking too good. You really ain't got them on any aspect whatsoever. But you starting with, you invited him and he's ingratiating you as a former president with his presence and whatnot for you guys' convention. A lot of these black folks, pretty much all black journalists. And you're starting off with the elephant in the room. There is no elephant in the room. It is what it is. He's passed all that is in the past. Man, this is crazy, man.
From Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color.
I think Nikki forgave him. She endorsed him just last week.
You have used words like
animal
and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist.
People are sensitive as hell, man.
So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Who cares?
All, I don't think
we do not care.
Question so in such a horrible manner.
Yep.
Question.
Yeah.
Don't even say hello.
You hear all them claps? Hell yeah.
ABC, because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network.
Yep.
And
there you go.
I think
Punch
it's
back.
Disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and you know, I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money, they were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing.
Facts.
And nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense.
Facts.
And then you said, you can't do it
with ambush.
Zoom. Well, you know, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was wrong.
Yeah, you see, I doubt that Trump wanted to expose him like this. Highly doubt it. But the fact that she started off with that introduction, now you put me on the defensive. I would have been the same way, listing all my faults, trying to make me look bad. We ain't caring about nothing. If Nikki Haley was so concerned about Donald Trump's birther issue, she would not have endorsed the man last week. If she don't care, why are you caring?
I think it's a very nasty question.
Now she's going to just try to interrupt.
I have been the best president for
interrupting the
black
president, man. That's crazy.
Since Abraham Lincoln.
That's my answer. Better than President Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights Act.
Johnson wasn't for us either. Johnson was shady too. Johnson did that because he had to. Now, he was next in line. Kennedy was going to do that.
Let me just ask a follow-up, sir, and then we'll move on to other questions here. Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI?
Freedom of speech.
Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
give me a
literally
definition then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition.
Sir, I'm asking you a question, a very direct question.
Define the Define it for me, if you
I
would.
just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Yes.
Say, no, I think it's maybe
Yes.
a little bit
Yes.
different. So I've known her. a long
Biden
time
literally
directly,
said that.
directly.
He was going to pick a black woman.
She was always
Just
of
like he
Indian
picked a
heritage,
black
but she was
justice, and
only
you end up
promoting
picking
Indian heritage. I didn't know she was
Nataji
black
Brown,
until
or
a
whatever
number
her
of
name
years ago
is.
when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Yeah.
So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has
Yep.
always
But you know
identified as a
what?
black
Exactly.
woman, historically
Either
black
one.
college.
I
Yep.
respect either one.
What he said, and he said, did you hear him right there? He said he respects either one. Trump said so. A lot of people are missing that. Trump said he respects either one, literally right there. 117 in this video. Stamp it. Okay? So I don't want to, so all these folks are just going crazy. Oh, he disrespecting the race and in the race car. No. He's saying exactly what I have been thinking for years and what a lot of black folks been thinking. She black or Asian? I know she kind of same thing with Nikki. She got the Nikki Haley syndrome. Are you white or are you Indian? And they both happen to be, I guess, both biracial of Indian, both Indian. And one she's half white, Nikki Haley, and Kamala is Indian, and I guess she's black or not African American, I believe, of Caribbean descent. Somebody check me on that. But I don't believe the black in her is the black American. And that is where the distinguishing factor is.
But she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you
And
believe
I
that she
think
is
somebody should look into that too when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some
I
Republicans
really
have
don't
said?
know. I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There are some, and there are plenty. I know this lady right over there, Harris, is a fantastic person who just interviewed me at length. And we had a great interview, I think, and I heard you got very good ratings on that.
Well,
interview.
you told me it was the longest one of your life, so we had a good discussion. Look, I want to talk about
She go with Fox. She's a Fox commentator, so he got a great relationship with her. So look at homegirl. She's all in her feelings now. Trump shut that down immediately. And I'm glad, because that's some straight BS right there. You could just tell by her posture and just her position and her body language towards Trump. You're not really engaging. You're not warm anyway. And you just literally got shut down. The beat down of your life. So I don't want to hear all this. Oh, they got Trump. They got Trump. They ambushed the man. They thought they had him, but they didn't. The man fought through. And I think he ended up coming up with the W in this one. No cap.